Hello, everybody on the internet watching, and it is time. Today, we finish off Season 2 of the Totally Normal Football League after 10 weeks of regular season action, plus a rather protracted off-season thanks to a house move. We are finally here at the end. The two teams representing their divisions over their division, it's the Seattle Beefers, who finished the regular season with a 5-5 record, barely clinching their divisional playoff spot, and they are up against the Hamilton Rollers, who also were number 2 in their slot. Neither of these teams won their division's championships in the regular season, which is quite surprising, so I guess both upsets in that regard. But before we move on to that, I'm going to talk more about just the Totally Normal Football League in general, because I don't know if a lot of my viewers have been tuning in for the past couple months this has been going on and might not know exactly what this is. So, I'm TG. This league is being ran through a really old-ass copy of Madden NFL Football 2008, in particular for the PC. The game save file has been modified so that the players in it are completely randomly generated with names crowdsourced from my Discord server. So everybody's body proportions are all messed up. Everybody's stats are arranged from between 30 and 99. And every single stat is randomized. So a lot of these players, over 600 of them, some of them are completely and utterly unplayable, and some of them are simply gods among men. And it was up to myself and 7 of my best friends, who acted as general managers for each of their teams, to draft these players into teams that can take them to this of blessed days, the Normal Bowl. So you have the over here and over there divisions. So over the past 10 weeks, we discovered who were the teams that got to the playoffs earlier last week on Saturday. The over here division, the championship was won by the Kingston Gators, who finished the season with the best record in the league, a dominant 8-2 with a 5-1 divisional record. Second place was the Hamilton Rollers, 6-4 with a 3-3 divisional record. The Toronto Trash Pandas finished third, 4-6, and the Michigan Hellcats, who were one of the favorites to make it to the Normal Bowl this year, with a very dominant start in the preseason, as well as the earlier part of the season before their main quarterback Alex Fops was injured and the team kind of derailed from there. They finished the season a 3-7 record. The over there division was won by the Wyoming Janitors, who finished the season 6-4, and there was so much parity in this division that honestly the finishing stats were kind of crazy. The Seattle Beefers clinched the number 2 spot in an incredible game against the Seattle Stoats in Week 10, came down to the wire. The Beefers ended with a 5-5 record. The Seattle Stoats 4-6. And the San Francisco Shipbirds finished 4-6 as well, but they finished in 4th due to tiebreakers of point differential. It was that close on all metrics that we had to go to point differential to separate the Stoats and the San Francisco Shitbirds. So yeah, as general managers, each general manager of the league was responsible for not only drafting the players, but deciding where they go. Normally in football, you have a player I'm a wide receiver, and this is what I'm really good at. I'm thin, I'm tall, I'm fast, and I have great hands. I'm a wide receiver. However, players were not locked to positions in this league. If you drafted somebody, you could move them from strong safety to offensive lineman to quarterback to, defensive back, wherever you thought they were good. So this is a league of 300-pound quarterbacks, 160-pound linebackers. If the stats fit and they are successful, then who cares? Just run them. I'm thinking about JB Bradshaw, quarterback. He was 400 pounds for the Shitbirds. He's a backup quarterback for the Beefers this season. You had Nathan Pope, who was a 170-pound center who literally punched above his weight because he was short as well. it all works. It's all a video game, and it's all great fun. And of course, it's made even more humorous by the amazing names that this league has to offer. But enough on that. Let's talk about the teams themselves. Once again, the Seattle Beefers taking on the Hamilton Rollers. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to trick the game into being able to select a neutral arena to play in and have that arena not count as a home game for the home team. So instead, we called an audible, and it's going to be a Hamilton Rollers home game in Hamilton because they have the better season record. So it's basically just going to be another playoff game here at the Normal Bowl. The Normal Bowl 1 between the Toronto Trash Pandas and the Wyoming Janitors happened in Toronto. So I figure this is no different, considering the limitations I currently have to work with until I break them for Season 3. But yeah, this is the most prestigious event I've ever made up. Both of these teams have proven themselves getting here, not only through a good record in the regular season. Of course, the Seattle Beefers 5-5, but they had one of the most intense, divisions to play through, where it seemed like any team could win any moment. Especially with how many times everyone upended their rosters in order to accommodate with, just sort of counter the meta going on. And, yeah, so the Seattle Beefers are going to enter this game with a very run-heavy game plan. This is the same way they dominated the Wyoming Janitors in the playoffs to get their position in the Normal Bowl. Whereas the Hamilton Rollers basically took the idea of being a general manager and being able to switch around whichever player, you want to play. Let me use my words to explain what I mean. They really took the concept of being able to put a player anywhere on your team to its logical extreme. They have Booker Trayton Jr. on their team, the most expensive player in the league, because each team has a salary cap of $80 million, and depending on how good each player's stats are, they're worth more money than others, and Booker Trayton Jr. mathematically had the highest contract out of any player in the TNFL. And he's really earned his pay this season with the Rollers, because not only has he lined up as a running back, which is what he's officially listed as, he's lined up as a tight end in some formations, he's lined up as a split end in some formations. It's kind of insane. And that's sort of gotten the Rollers offense the nickname the Wonder Kid offense, because it really is built around Booker Trayton Jr. and just how insane he is. He has won the Rollers games, and he is first and foremost on, at the top of the ballot when it comes to MVP this season. However, the Beefers not only have one player on that MVP ballot, they have two people on that MVP ballot. They have quarterback Ash McEnroe, who finished the season statistically the best starting quarterback in the league in terms of passer rating. Jeff Forshot, the quarterback for the Rollers, although he played a perfect game against the Gators, not passer rating perfect, but perfect in the fact that he had no turnovers. Jeff Forshot led the league in interceptions in the regular season. So while he has shown that he can protect and take care of the ball and throw miraculous passes against the Gators to get their spot here in the Normal Bowl, they're going to have to continue that pristine play against the Beefers, because they've got a hungry backfield. You have Charles Author, the strong safety, is going to be one of the main enemies that the Rollers are going to have to deal with. Charles Author has been amazing at strong safety since he was put there a couple of games ago. But yeah, Ash McEnroe, best quarterback in the league statistically, and the other MVP candidate is another running back. It is Justin Threadbare, number 24. Not only is he incredible, he can shake so many different tackles on his way, either up the middle, running uphill, running downhill, it doesn't matter. He's also the team's kick and punt returner. And in one of the best games played of the regular season, way back in week 1 against the, way back ago against the San Francisco Shitbirds, Justin Threadbare returned 2 kickoff return touchdowns in a singular game, which wouldn't be done until Dalton Minismall did it for the Gators against the Rollers all the way in, what was that, week 7 or 6. So the Rollers have shown that they are weak on special teams when it comes to tackling and tracking down punt and kick returns, especially kick returns. So if Justin Threadbare can bust out a performance like the one he busted out in the Shitbirds all those weeks ago, it could get messy for the Rollers on special teams. As well, if we take the Wyoming Janitors game that the Beefers played in the playoffs last Saturday as any indication, their strategy is hopefully to get the lead early and use their amazing running game with both Justin Threadbare and also Gary McMoney's has been so good behind the quarterback recently. I feel like the Beefers are going to get the lead early. They're going to protect the lead with just solid ability to get first downs through their running game, and they are going to force the Rollers to make riskier and riskier throws. But again, it's going to be all down to whether or not that Beefers defensive backs can protect against the Wonder Kid offense. Booker Trayton Jr. has just been a lifeline for this team. And as a result, the Rollers have the highest amount of points scored of any team in the league. They are second in point differential, only because the Kingston Gators didn't really lose that much. But the Hamilton Rollers have scored 301 points across 10 games this season, allowing 241 points, which is a point differential of plus 60. The Kingston Gators are plus 79, and the Hamilton Rollers were 6-4. Whereas the Gators, with only a 19 higher point differential, were 8-2. So, who knows where they'd go if they didn't lose a few games. The Rollers are always capable of scoring at least 20 to 30 points every single game. So it's going to be all up to the Beefers whether or not they can soap up that possession time and make it their game played on their terms. If they fall behind to the Rollers early and the Rollers strike deep with Booker Trayton Jr., get that lead early, and force Ash McEnroe to throw, I think the Beefers are going to have a harder time than the Rollers in that situation. So that is something to keep in the back of your mind. Alright, we are going to go to a quick 1-minute commercial break, but when we go back, it is going to be Normal Bowl time. Of course, these ad breaks are just to make sure that Twitch doesn't throw up any ads during the Normal Bowl itself, to keep your experience roughly ad-free as best to my ability. So go ahead, get yourself a quick glass of water, stretch, do whatever you need to do to be comfortable for the next hour of Normal Bowl action. This is it! The season ends here. Stay tuned. Hello everybody on the internet watching, and today is the day Season 2 ends tonight. It is the Normal Bowl here in Hamilton as the Seattle Beefers are on the road to take on the Rollers to cap off an exciting series, and I don't say that because of an announcer trying to hype you up. It generally was one of the most fun things I've ever ran. And here is something interesting. So the Beefers won the opening coin toss in this damp Tuesday night game. And the Beefers have chosen to take first possession. So Kyle Borger will kick it back off to the Beefers, and we will kick off normal bull 2. Justin Threadbare to receive, but shakes off 2 tacklers. Gets to the 30, ball is loose, picked up. That's Jared McMustard's picking up the ball. It's going to be a messy, muddy day for both teams, and ball security is going to be paramount. And Justin Threadbare shook 2 tackles on his way to the 30 before having the ball jarred loose. And now it is Ash McEnroe and this Beefers offense taking to the field. The Beefers favor the run as of late. They used it to great extent as it's Gary McMoney shaking off a tackle, getting about a 6-yard run past the 35. Of course, the normal bowl. Such great expectations for this game. Season 1 ended with such a banger of a match between the Toronto Trash Pandas and the Wyoming Janitors, with the phrase 4th and 15 being forever etched into the memory of Trash Pandas fans. Play action pass here down the middle to a posting Todd Normal, but it's knocked away. Nate Arnett on the defense. So a missing member on the Rollers defensive backs as the Beefers start a 3rd and 3 try here. Gerald Skygrave missed the normal bowl because of an injury sustained in the Gators game last Saturday. Play action, Ash McEnroe on the keep, dives over first down. Gerald Skygrave, he was hyped up as one of the best cornerbacks on the Rollers roster going into the regular season. And while he's been, definitely above average, he hasn't really been as the explosive superstar as they were hoped. Ash McEnroe throwing it to the flat past the 45 for a short gain. However, Skygrave will be replaced. They've got Carter Emmett Bonkright, and stepping up as the dime back, it's going to be former shitbird John Jackbos. I formation here for 2nd and 8. Threadbare and Geronte Dunnett in the backfield. Counter run for Threadbare, slams over a person to the 50 before he stopped. Getting bowled over there is middle linebacker Reno Pearson as this Hamilton crowd gets loud for this 3rd down try. Rain projected to be here all game long. It's been wet and damp all week in the greater Toronto area, and the Hamilton area for that matter. Ash McEnroe in the shotgun, under pressure, and he's sacked! 4th down. That's Brandon Legstrong getting to the quarterback. And the Beefers will have to punt as a 6-yard sack sends them packing. Trayvon Enterkey to punt. Beefers picked him up in free agency a couple weeks ago. And Trayvon Enterkey will shank it to around the 30. So it'll be Rollers ball at the 33. So the Beefers won the opening coin toss and chose first possession. So we'll see if that decision doesn't bite them in the butt here. The Rollers with Jeff Forshot taking to the field. Jeff Forshot, perfect, no turnovers against the Gators, but he's under pressure and he goes down. Number 95 on the sack, Philip Sweetsmoke, gets to Jeff Forshot, and the Rollers have been pushed back. Rollers at the 30 after that 3-yard sack. Jeff Forshot stands beside Garrett Rinser in the shotgun. And there's a penalty on Hamilton. False start. And that will put them further in a hole here in 2nd down as the illegal procedure puts them to 2nd and 18. All the way back at the, that's the 25-yard line. Forshot still in the shotgun. In trouble. Beefers gets knocked away by Destin Mystery on the coverage. The Beefers only sending 4 on that blitz, but they almost got to Jeff Forshot in time. This Beefers defense is hungry, as Jeff Forshot now needs to convert a 3rd and 18 try. Khalid Swim lanes on the move. Four-shot. Beavers only send four. Four-shot pump fakes. Throws it up deep for August Half-Price, who has a... Does he have separation? No, it's overthrown. There are about two rollers and three Beavers downfield trying to converge on the ball on that Hail Mary attempt. And Omar Jeltz, the safety, was ahead of them all and headed it off at the pass, literally. So here comes Dash Euler to punt, giving possession back to the Beavers. Justin Threadbare at the 25 elects to let it bounce off the side of the field. So it'll be Beavers ball out to the 21. A sack, a false start penalty, and 2 incompletes on that last drive for the Rollers. The Beavers having to punt on their last drive as well, thanks to a sack. We'll see if they made any adjustments. Justin Threadbare counter run, makes a side step, makes a spin to the 35. A big run for one of the MVP candidates of the season. Geronte done it with a good block, sending Jeremy out of the ground. And this is exactly how the Beavers intend to win the Normal Bowl. Their running game has been A+ the past couple weeks, and it was paramount. It was instrumental in their win against the Wyoming Janitors last Saturday, and the penalties continue to pile up for the Rollers as Drew Badford jumps really early on that snap. That's going to give the Beavers some free yardage. It's now a 1st and 5. Now Hamilton probably with the jitters here. Gary McMoney's on a counter run. He's trying to squeeze through some defenders. He'll get to the 45, which will be just short of a 1st down. And that running game has been a lot of thanks to running back number 2 here, Gary McMoney's. Now, I'm not sure what Justin Threadbare's stamina stat is off the top of my head as we have a 2nd and inches play here for the Beavers. But it seems that Gary McMoney's, it really feels like he's running back number 1 because Justin Threadbare uses all of his stamina for the kick punt returns. Amazing block there as McMoney's gets a big run across enemy field to the Rollers 45. But yeah, Justin Threadbare uses all of his stamina for his great kick and punt returns, and Gary McMoney's is usually the one taking the snaps, and his power running ability is just great. He can just slam through the best of them in the league. And as you see on this drive, he's already gotten multi-double-digit runs. Over the middle, Greg Trucker with a big catch to the 15. That was an insane window to throw to. Ash McEnroe, you are insane. The best quarterback of the regular season shows off why he earned that title with a spectacular throw. Tight window throw there by Ash McEnroe. And so Gary McMoney's off to the side, shakes a tackle, and he's to the 10 now. Nate Arnett getting a handful of air on that tackle. And the Beavers are charging into the Rollers' red zone. And they're mad as hell. 2nd and 3 for the Rollers. They are at, or for the Beavers, sorry. They are at the Rollers' 8-yard line. Outside pitch to Justin Threadbare. So much blocking, it hurts. Touchdown. All levels blocked there for the Beavers. Allows Justin Threadbare a quick exit to the end zone. And the Beavers up 6 here in the first quarter of the Normal Bowl. 8-yard touchdown toss. And Joe Corkboard kicks the extra point. The Beavers are up 7-0, and this is exactly what they had planned for. I was saying in my pregame that I believe that the Rollers will have a better time playing from behind than the Beavers will. But who knows, with Ash McEnroe making that throw to Greg Trucker, if he continues throws like that to earn his team substantial yardage in situations where they need it the most, I can't see the Rollers doing too much to stop him, but we'll see if Jeff Forshot can get it going here. Gary Goodlord at the 8-yard line to return. He's only able to get it past the 20 before being taken down by J.K. Jokester. So Jeff Forshot and the Rollers offense gets back onto the field. Issues with penalties so far for the Hamilton Rollers. Twin tight end dive form, lining up. Booker Trenton Jr. counter run. Can't pick up the block though, so he'll get it to the 25. Yeah, the Beaver defender got around the block of Corey Blanchard. That'll be 2nd and 6 for the Rollers, 4-yard gain on that run. Jeff Forshot stepping back under not a lot of pressure, throws it to the flat. August Half-Price bowls a man over. First down, Rollers at the 40. August Half-Price making the catch and immediately starting bar fights along the sideline. He fought tooth and nail for every yard after catch there. And it's a Rollers ball at the 39 as we end the first quarter. Time moves so fast here in the Totally Normal Football League. Beavers with the advantage. They had a rushing touchdown by Justin Threadbare to put the points on the board. Rollers looking to answer back. Forshot stepping back in the pocket. Not a lot of pressure from the Beavers. And Jeff Forshot's rolling out of the pocket. He'll get a 3-yard gain. Almost to the 45. And that is something we have not seen Jeff Forshot do a lot this season. He is usually a pocket passer. He loves the island that his offensive line creates for him day in, day out. We haven't really seen him forced to roll out of the pocket. And the Beavers, with not a lot of coverage, or with not a lot of pressure there, as Jeff Forshot throws one deep to Booker Trenton Jr. And it's caught! Booker Trenton Jr., Charles Author desperately trying to shroud over him. And this is a duel between two MVP candidates. It's going to be either, actually 3 MVP candidates. The ballot is really down to Booker Trenton Jr., Justin Threadbare, or Ash McEnroe. And their performances here today in the Normal Bowl might tip the scales one way or the other. And Booker Trenton Jr., I mean, the offense is named after him, the Wonder Kid. Guy lines up as running back, split end, and tight end, depending on the play. And this team would not be the team it is without Booker Trenton Jr. And as you see there, going deep on the long ball, Booker gets all kinds of separation on Charles Author. And the Rollers, with the extra point kicked by Kyle Borger, have now tied the game. Justin Threadbare at the 1-yard line for this return. He's got blockers in front, but Carter Amen break trying to get him down. And the Beavers will get it to the 30. Ash McEnroe once again with the Beavers offense. Begin the second quarter of play. Counter run for Justin Threadbare, and he gets about an 8-yard run before being tackled from behind by Owen Cantwell. And Threadbare stumbled there through the damp turf. And if he had turned on the Jets there was just nothing but green grass in front of him. Twin tight end strong eye formation for the Beavers. It's another counter run, and this one stopped by Walter Kiteflyer. We'll see if the refs spot this as a first down. He was tackled pretty much at the line. And it'll be a 3rd and inches. Ball's spotted short of a first down. We'll see what the Beavers do to get a small amount of yardage here. Play action pass. Ash McEnroe on the keep for a first down. And he'll get about 2 yards on that, but secure the first down. A bit of a risky play there, running the QB boot. But there was only one player ready for it. I think that was a QB spy play. It was interesting. First down for the Beavers at their 43. Counter run for Justin Threadbare. Runs up field for a 5-yard gain. And this is the insidiousness of the Rollers running offense. Not only are they able to chunk out about 5 yards per play, they're also chunking away the game clock. We've already gone through 3 minutes in the second quarter here. What a good catch there by Todd Normal at the 40. We're into enemy territory as the Rollers 40, and that's the third consecutive completion from Ash McEnroe, playing lights out football here in the first half. He's 3 for 4 right now. Another threadbare run gets to the 35 as football players slip and slide everywhere on this rainy Hamilton Tuesday. And if the Rollers can consistently score on every one of these drives and continue to chop away play clock and force the Rollers to make risky plays, I feel like that is going to be their key to success. Gary McMoney's the lone back. He's on another counter run, and this time it's stopped for a loss for the first time today. Drew Badford, who's been one of the best edge rushers for the Rollers all season long, makes a big play there against the Beefers' running game to force a third down at the Rollers' 35. 3rd and 4, McEnroe in the shotgun. Sends a man in motion over the middle, incompletes. Jacob way over batting away the ball. And the Beefers, they're going to be borderline field goal distance here. We'll see what they do. They're getting Trayvon Enterkey out, so on this rainy, windy Hamilton day, they're not going to get Joe Corkboard out for the field goal try. They're going to get Trayvon Enterkey to try and punt it. Probably for a touchback here. Yes, it's going straight forward for a touchback. So honestly, with these weather conditions and the field position they were at, honestly, I would have just gone for it there. Because even if you only get a couple yards and you're short of a first down and it's a turnover, you don't leave your opponent with worse field position really than at the 20, which is where Rollers are right now. Pass to the outside, a quick pass to Darius Peppershaker, who was running a streak route, gets batted away. Justin Mystery swatting away the ball. That'll be a quick second down. We're tied up here at the Normal Bowl. 3 minutes to play in the first half. Forshaw stepping back, throws it corner route to Piloni, who catches the ball at the 40. He caught it a couple of inches away from being out of bounds. Clock stopped. And Camilo Piloni, while Booker Drayton Jr. is definitely stealing the thunder, Camilo Piloni has made so many important plays that have gotten the Rollers in such great situations. Pivotal first down catches in the game against the Gators. Jeff Forshaw in trouble. Overthrows it to Darius Peppershaker. The Beefers' pressure was really on in the kitchen there, and Jeff Forshaw, he honestly almost could have gotten it to Peppershaker there running the streak, but just overthrown over the fingertips. That'll bring up 2nd and 10 for the Rollers at their 41. Forshaw backing up, throwing it to the corner route to Piloni. It worked the first time, but it's overthrown this time as Piloni's unable to get to it. 3rd down, Rollers. Third and 10. It's Forshaw and Rinser standing beside each other at the back. Beefers send 5. Quick pass, and finally Peppershaker comes up with it at the 40. The Forshaw, the Beefers sending good pressure there. Peppershaker is behind Leonard Kapowski and is able to pick up the easy throw for first down. Rollers now into enemy territory at the Beefers 40, lined up with a fullback with 2 tight ends. Instead of tight ends, it's... and we hit the 2-minute warning. So the Rollers love repurposing these twin tight end formations, but instead of putting tight ends where they should be, it's 2 wide receivers instead. It's a Toss play to Booker Trayton Jr. and it stopped. If he was able to get around, that's Isaac Loafing who stopped the run. Booker Trayton Jr. would have gone for quite a lot of yards. That left side was well blocked as Jeff Forshaw on an island. Miles Gundark on the in route gets it over the 30 for a first down. Rollers quickly getting back to the line. No huddle offense here for Hamilton. Forshaw looking for somebody open, in trouble, has to get rid of it. Almost intercepted by Charles Author, intended for Miles Gundark. A minute 33 left in the first half, all tied up 7-7. Booker Trayton Jr. with a big touchdown reception. And Justin Threadbare made the first score of the game on a toss play in the first quarter. Forshaw throws it quick, blocked. J.K. Jokester, intended for Camilo Piloni, and the Rollers are really trying to get these passes out quick, playing around the Beefers' pressure that they're bringing. Now it's 3rd and 10 at the Beefers' 28. Booker Trayton Jr. play action pass. Jeff keeps it. He rolls out of the pocket, and it's 4th down. He actually threw it perfectly to Booker Trayton Jr., but Booker made no attempt to catch it, even though it went into his chest. That was wild. So the Rollers with an attempted go-ahead field goal here. Kyle Borger kicking a 45-yarder. And it is good. And the Rollers now lead 10-7 here in the Normal Bowl. So this is actually very interesting. The Beefers are making good attempts at Jeff Forshaw in the pocket with only sending 4. So the Beefers finding flaws and weaknesses in that Hamilton O-line. Justin Threadbare at the 2 returns this kick return. He gets it only past the 25. Ebbett Bonkright on the tackle. And it's Beavers ball at, that looks like the 27. A minute 19 remaining in the first half. Ash McEnroe in the shotgun beside Justin Threadbare. Ash McEnroe throws it to the side. Ivan Mold to the 40 for a first down. That was directly over Nate Arnett's head. There's nothing he could have done to prevent against the large man Ivan Mold from catching that ball. Same formation, Nathan Gamer on the move. Ash McEnroe, good pocket, throws it up once again to Ivan Mold, who catches it at the 40. If it worked well the first time, it's going to work great the second time, as there's a timeout called by the Beefers. That's their first of 3 timeouts in this first half. Now, Big Ivan Mold has been very counter-meta as of late. I'll explain that maybe towards the later half as Ash McEnroe throws it to Todd Normal at the 5! He gets it to the 1 as Jeremy Au tackles him just short of the goal line. Timeout Beefers as they decide how they want to attack the end zone here. Very close. They're 1 yard away. Todd Normal, the best wide receiver on the team. Justin Threadbare gets the touchdown, his second of the day. Slamming right through the middle on the halfback smash. And one of the 3 MVP candidates in this game gets his second touchdown. So Joe Corkboard is out to kick his second extra points of the game. 54 seconds left on the clock, and the Beefers go ahead 4. It's 14-10 here in Hamilton. It's Normal Bowl 2, capping off a 2-month-long season of totally normal football action. Actually, it'd be easy. It's 3 months, pardon me. 10 long weeks of bucket-chucket football. And now we are left with the 2 best teams in the league, the Seattle Beefers and the Hamilton Rollers. Kick by Joe Cookboard goes to the 5-yard line. Gary Goodlord has lots of blockers in front of him for this attempt, but In from stage right is Mario Grillmaster. That's going to tackle him down past the 25. So yeah, Todd Normal, who caught that pass to get it all the way to the 1, has been such a key member on that Beefers offense. He was the difference maker in that Week 1 matchup against the Shitbirds that went to overtime. Jeff Forshaw in the shotgun, throws it up deep for Booker Trayton Jr., and it's complete! Look at that! Destin Mystery batted away the pass, but he batted it away in such a way that Booker was able to pick it up before it hit the ground. Watch this. Look at this, it just rolled off of Destin Mystery's back, so Booker had his hands on it, bobbled it, it bounced off of Destin Mystery, Booker re-caught it, and it was able to get it to the Beefers 31, with 44 seconds remaining in the first half. Half Price and Gundark lined up as tight ends for this play. Garrett Rinser on the counter run is only going to get it to the 29-yard line. Minimal gain on that stretch play, and the Rollers use their first of 3 timeouts. Ball spotted at the Beefers 29. Or a shot. Goes to throw. Gets Pepper Shaker over the 15, and if you told me before this game that Darius Pepper Shaker was going to be the most targeted receiver on the Rollers this game, I would have looked at you funny, but here we are, as he gets a pivotal first down catch to keep this 2-minute offense drive alive. And Jeff Forshot's in trouble as Leonard Kapowski on the blitz brings down the quarterback, pushing the Rollers to the 18-yard line. Jeff Forshot, Lott still has to throw it early, and this Beefers pressure in the red zone getting to the former Shitbirds quarterback. That'll be a 3rd down for the Rollers. A sack and further pressure leads to an incompletion, as Forshot had no choice but to throw it away there. 3rd and 16 from the 18-yard line. Forshot beside Garrett Rinser. He's got a stick open, but he's going to go to Booker in the corner, and it's knocked away. Mario Grillmaster tipping the ball away. And with 17 seconds left on the clock, Kyle Borger attempts a 36-yard field goal. There he is, the score now 14-13 after that Rollers field goal, where a 1-point difference. And folks, I want you to harken back to the first ever Totally Normal Bowl. That game was also won by a singular point, with the Wyoming Janitors, even though they had an amazing last stand drive to get them almost within field goal range, a missed field goal was the reason the Janitors were not Normal Bowl champions that year. Justin Threadbare at the 1 to return this kick. 13 seconds and counting left in the half. He's going to be... He's going to shove a man away! Get tackled down at the 35. 8 seconds left on the clock, so the Beefers might have a chance, maybe a chance and a half at a deep pass, or perhaps they will play it safe and run the ball or take a knee here to end the half with a 1-point margin of lead. Yeah, they're going to toss play to Gary McMoney's, and they're going to get it to the 45. It's a great run. As somebody uses a timeout. I think the Beefers just used their last of 3 timeouts. So with 4 seconds left, 2nd and inches, Ash McEnroe in the shotgun. They are going for a touchdown here to end the first half. Rollers only sending 3, max protection, but they try to get it to Ivan Mold, and he's double covered. Incompletion will bring us to the end of the first half. The Beefers have a 1-point lead, leading 14-13 here in Hamilton. And this is where that decision to not defer possession after winning the coin flip might bite the Beefers in the ass. The Beefers won the opening coin toss, but chose first possession on this rainy day, favoring their running offense, and so the Rollers will get the ball back to kick us off on this second half. The return to the 32-yard line. The Rollers 1 point behind in the most prestigious event I've ever made up. Booker Trayton Jr. shaking a tackle, make it almost 2 for an 11-yard run. Gets it to the 44. And little wonder kid Booker Trayton Jr. charging right down the middle, taking on linebackers literally twice his size and weight. Jeff Forshaw in the shotgun for this snap. August Half-Price audible for pass protection, and it's an interception thrown to J.K. Jokester. That was a quick pass for Camilo Piloni, bulleted to him on a streak route, and Jokester was just in the way. And Jeff Forshaw, who had a clean game against the Gators, no turnovers, throws an interception here to begin the half. And the Beefers, with a 1-point lead, are hoping to capitalize. Justin Threadbare, the lone back. The Beefers have the ball at the Rollers' 27-yard line. Threadbare on the counter run, turns upfield, gets about a 4 or 5 yard gain. And this is something that I was hoping wouldn't rear its ugly head. Jeff Forshaw threw the most interceptions of any quarterback in the regular season. But after he played a perfect game against the Gators last Saturday to earn their spot in this matchup, I was hoping that he would still continue his streak. Ash McEnroe on the keep. Play action. Rolls out of the pocket. He'll only get a singular yard before being rushed down by linebacker Reno Pearson. His 5th tackle of the day. So Ash McEnroe, not liking whoever was open on that passing play, decided to keep it for itself, and Pearson, playing QB spy, puts the play to rest. 3rd and 5 attempt here for the Beefers. In the shotgun, Ash McEnroe, the roller set 6, and that's a turnover. Interception thrown to Nate Arnett, protecting Ivan Mold. Look at this. Cuts in front of him. Ivan Mold cutting to the sideline, and Nate Arnett punishes him for it. And we've now traded a turnover for a turnover, and it's Rollers ball back on their 32-yard line. So I guess erase the previous 2 minutes of game time out of your mind as Jeff Forshaw steps back in the shotgun, throws it to Camilo Piloni on a comeback, but he stepped out of bounds on the catch, and that's going to be ruled as an incomplete. Second down for the Rollers. 1 point might as well be 40 here in the Normal Bowl. Momentum's so important. Garrett Rinser, unfortunate. Oh, it doesn't matter that he outran his lead blocker, because he'll just snowplow through a man anyways to get to the 40. A big 8-yard run there for Garrett Rinser. Third and 2 for the Rollers. They are at their 40-yard line. Half-Price and Darius Peppershaker in the backfield. And Forshaw will pass it. Corner route. Piloni so open at the 40. Tackled down by Destin Mystery from behind. Nobody was expecting the play-action corner route there from Piloni. He had nothing but green grass in front of him. That play has been a moneymaker for the Rollers all season long. But the Beefers caught napping on their homework. Darius Peppershaker up the middle. Gets a 5-yard run to the Beefers' 35-yard line. And with Kyle Borger's amazing kicking abilities, I believe the Rollers are now just barely on the inside of field goal range on this drive. So you bet that the Beefers are going to be chomping at the bit here for pressure. We'll see how many they send. 2 backs for the Rollers on this drive. Beefers only sending 4. Forshaw on an island right now. Throws it up, but bit of a bad throw there, as I think a Beefer was able to break containment and get his hands on Jeff, causing him to throw it away early. That'll be a 3rd and short now. That really looked like, or that's not a short, sorry, that's 3rd and 5. That really looked like Forshaw had all day to throw that ball, but just unable to get a guy open in time. Play action, Forshaw throwing it to Corey Blanchard, and I think that's an out-of-bounds catch. Corey Blanchard, the fullback flat route, dashes to the sideline for his first reception of the day. And that looked like it was out of bounds. We'll see if the Beefers decide to challenge this. And the Beefers will not challenge it. Two backs for the Rollers at the Beefers 37. And Booker Trayton Jr. stopped for a loss. As Norman Mealplan is just all the way in the Rollers' backfield. He was really on the blitz there. 2nd and 10, so that run stopped for no gain. Jeff Forshaw in the shotgun. Beefers sending pressure, incomplete pass. This time it's Isaac Loafing getting to Forshaw. Forshaw barely able to complete a forward motion of the pass in time for the game to count it as a pass instead of a sack. So the Rollers will stay at the 27-yard line of the Beefers. Down by 1 point. The Rollers looking to convert on first down here. They throw it up. Try to get it to August Half Price, but it's tipped away by Elmo Maddington. So the Rollers should be barely within Kyle Borger's field goal. Not barely. Sorry, I forgot they were inside the 30. Yeah, this is easily makeable for Kyle Borger. He's been hitting lightning bolts all season long. 44-yarder. Right, you can't get any more between the uprights than this kid. The kick is good. The Rollers go ahead 2 here in the Totally Normal Bowl. 16-14 here in Hamilton, and this really feels like it's going to come down to last possession. So if the Seattle Beefers can demonstrate the amazing play clock awareness ability, that game sense that they showed against the Wyoming Janitors, that will be a huge asset in this game. Threadbare on the return, has a man unblocked, tries to sidestep him, but he'll be tackled short of the 30. The Beefers getting the ball at the 28, and now the pressure is on them, trailing by 2. 3 minutes and 2 seconds left in the third quarter. There is not a lot of playtime left in this season. Gary McMoney's on the counter run, goes upfield, and he'll only get 2 yards to the 30. Of course, we didn't see what he saw there, but from up here in the booth, that cut back down the middle of the field looked very ill-advised. However, I think he's allowed a mistake or two, considering just how good he's been in this game so far. 2nd and 8 for the Beefers. Gary McMoney's play-action pass. McEnroe gets it to Ivan Mould for a first down past the 40. Great play action. Ivan Mould cutting across the middle of the field on that crossing route. Open space catch, completely uncontested for the first down. McEnroe, 2 backs for the 1st and 10. Gary McMoney's has lead blockers on this counter run. Gets it past the 45. Beefers getting it to their 47-yard line. And again, if they're able to keep chipping away at yardage, getting first down after first down, chipping away play clock, and capping off the drive with a touchdown, that is a big recipe for success here, as long as their defense continues to do well. That's Stanley Turf Munch, running back number 3, taking the snap on the counter run, and I think he's going to be just short of a first down. And no, Turf Munch is good for the first down as the Beefers make their way into enemy territory at the Beefers' 48-yard line. Turf Munch in with Geronte Dunnan in the backfield. And it's going to be a play-action pass. Ash McEnroe on the keep for a first down past the 40. That was a really brave quarterback dive. Wow. The Beefers getting it to the 36-yard line. A big, big gamble pays off for Ash McEnroe, as he tries to tell everybody that this MVP award is his. 4 seconds left in the quarter. The Beefers will get a snap off, and Threadbare is stopped for no gain by Walter Kiteflyer. And we only have 8 minutes left in Season 2 of the Totally Normal Football League. The Beefers currently with possession of the ball, 2nd and 10, trailing by 2 points. The Rollers leading 16-14. Red Bear, play action, and miscommunication on the option route, perhaps. Not sure if that was an option play or not, but the receiver ran a post route where McEnroe quickly threw a corner, and the ball just getting nowhere, or perhaps McEnroe just throwing the ball away. But a big miscommunication brings up a 3rd down for the Beefers. And they are outside of field goal range for Joe or Cokeboard. They are going to need yards here if they want to go ahead 1 point again. Over the middle. It's caught by Greg Trucker, passed almost to the 20. What a catch there from the former janitor. And that's the 2nd amazing catch Greg Trucker has caught for a 1st down this game. He's standing in front of 2 cornerbacks, getting the better of Emick Botrake on that one. And the Beefers keep the drive alive with another amazing McEnroe pass to Greg Trucker. 1st and 10 for the Beefers. They are at the 21-yard line. Threadbare gets a 3-yard run past the 20-yard line on the counter. Reno Pearson stopping him once again. Second and 7. Beefers continuing to pick away. Clock time here. Gary McMoney's on the counter run. Dives right through for a 1st down to the 7-yard line. An incredible run. Look at this hallway that he got off of the block. Geronte Dunnett clearing the hallway there as McMoney's trucks on through for a huge run into the heart of the Rollers side of the field. Rollers at the 7-yard line with a fresh set of downs. Gary McMoney's takes the dive, but he's only going to get to the 5 before he's squished on the cornerback blitz by Nate Arnett. Second and goal, 5 minutes and 50 seconds left, and a big outside running play by Gary McMoney's, and that is their 3rd rushing touchdown of the day for the Seattle Beefers. And they are firing on all cylinders. Landon Chuff Puff realizes too late what the play call was, and he's not there to stop McMoney's on his 1st touchdown of the day. And the Beefers going for 2. McEnroe throws it, gets it out, and it's incomplete. So the Beefers attempting to go up a clean score there, unable to do so. So the Beefers with a 4-point lead now, leading 20-16. The math checked out there. So if that 2-point conversion had been successful, the Rollers would have behind 2 field goals. But for now, they keep the 4-point lead. Gary Goodlord returning the ball to the 25 on the kickoff, and it's Rollers' ball. First and 10 for the Rollers at the 26-yard line. 5 minutes, 47 seconds remaining on the clock. Jeff Forshot in control of this offense. Throwing 1 interception, play action. They throw it. Overthrown, intended for Camilo Pailoni. Jeff Forshot's overthrown the ball a couple of times this game. Well, this looks like a Booker Trayton Jr. counter run. And yes, it is. It's on the outside, but it's stopped. Danny Hairline stopping the run for only a gain of 1.5. And that is the 2nd time now that these Booker Trayton Jr. outside runs have been stopped. Booker made a huge outside run play against the Gators. And it looks like the Beefers have that well scouted. Forshot has to throw it away early, and there to take it is Omar Jeltz, and it's Beefers' ball after the turnover. Forshot throwing his second interception of the game, having to throw the ball away early under Beefer's pressure. Omar Jote stepping up, catching the errant pass. And now Beefers get the ball at the Rollers 32. A nightmare situation for the Rollers, who already are trailing by 4. McEnroe on the keep, but it's incomplete. Intended for Geronte Dunnett, knocked away by Nate Arnett. So the Beefers in field goal range. That would make it a 2-score game for the Rollers. The Rollers need a stop here. Justin Threadbare, the lone back. It's a toss play to the outside. No block on Braden Cringe, but still a great gain of 9 on the outside run. This Hamilton crowd pleading, cheering for the defense to make a 3rd down stop here. 3rd and 2 for the Beefers. Gary McMoney's and Geronte Dunnett in the backfield. It's a handoff to McMoney's. Up the right side of the field. He's got an open field. Touchdown, Beefers. Up the right side of the field. Blocking pushed everybody to the left. Nathan Gamer with a huge pancake, and Reno Pearson unable to catch up from behind. And the Beefers strike a big blow here in the 4th. Jeff Forshot throwing the interception that started that drive for the Beefers at the Rollers 32-yard line. And just a couple plays later, Joe Cookboard's kicking the extra point, capping off the Beefers' 4th rushing touchdown of the day. Four minutes and 22 seconds remaining, and just like that, the Beefers go ahead 11 points. They're leading 27-16. And I mentioned this earlier, twice now in the pre-show and earlier in this broadcast, but if any of these two teams were better at playing from behind than the other, it's definitely the Rollers. However, we've only seen one Booker Trayton Jr. streak touchdown as Gary Goodlord gets a good return to around the 33-34 yard mark. If we're going to see the Rollers get back in this thing, they are going to have to dig deep in the Booker Trayton Jr. pocket. However, he's been kind of exhausted lately. That's why we've seen Darius Peppershaker take the snaps instead of Booker. But there's Booker now getting separation, but it's going to be... Oh, shakes a tackle at the 50, does Khalid Swimlanes, who on the hook route received the ball. Shakes off 2 defenders before being taken down. And good pass play there, getting it past the 45, almost to the 50. Three minutes, 51 seconds left in Season 2 of the Totally Normal Football League. Jeff Forshot in the shotgun beside Garrett Rinser. Throws it over the middle of the field. Gets it to Khalid Swimlanes past the 25. On first down, Rollers. And they needed this big completion, down by 11 here in the 4th. That was Khalid Swimlane's first big play of the game. 3 minutes, 10 seconds, and counting. Forshot going to pass again. Tries to get it to Miles Gundark, but the close protection of Mario Grillmaster renders that an incomplete pass. The clock paused at 3 minutes, 7 seconds for a Rollers second down at the Beefers' 23-yard line. Forshot goes to throw, looking for somebody open, gets it, tries to get it to Darius Peppershaker, but once again it's overthrown. And that's a couple of times today I've had to say that Jeff Forshot's been got a bit too much of the juice department this game. That's going to bring up a big third down for the Rollers. The Rollers need a score here. A high snap. Forshot reaches up for it and tries to get it to Miles Gundark. but Maurice Slacks gets in front of the ball and bats it away, and that'll be a Rollers 4th down. So, do they go for the field goal to bring the game back within one score? Yes, they do. Kyle Borger, stepping out for the 41-yard field goal attempt. And the kick is good, and the Rollers reduce the deficit to 8. So technically a one-score game, but the Rollers need a 2-point conversion. But what they need before that is a good defensive stop with 2 minutes and 56 seconds remaining in the Normal Bowl. A Jeff Forshaw interception blew this game wide open for the Beefers as they were able to capitalize it with a rushing touchdown. Now that they've limited the Rollers to a field goal, if they are able to keep up their amazing run game that they've had not only today but for the past couple of games here in the league, they might hit every nail in the coffin of the Rollers' dreams of becoming Season 2 Normal Bowl champions. Ash McEnroe. Gary McMoney's the lone back for this play. McMoney's on the counter run, squeezes through, but doesn't get too much yardage before being stopped by that's not Nate Arnett, that is Carter Amenbrake. Beefers at the 31, 2nd and 8. Beefers continuing to let play go, and if you're the Rollers, I think you got to start using timeouts now. We'll see if they can get a stop here. Gary McMoney stopped for no gain. Owen Cantwell making the big stop there as we hit the 2-minute warning. Third down for the Beefers, and they've got a ways to go to convert on this one. Ash McEnroe in the shotgun beside Gary McMoney's for this 3rd and 8 try. McEnroe looking to throw. He keeps it, and it's stopped. He's tracked down by the slow-moving Olatoya Jr. as the Rollers use their first of 3 timeouts. The Rollers down by 8. With 1 minute and 55 left on the board and with only 2 timeouts, they have to score a touchdown on this drive. And not only that, but score a 2-point conversion to tie up the game. Gary Goodlord catches the punt at the 14-yard line, rushes up, he'll get it to the 31, and it's Rollers ball here, deep in the 4th quarter of the Totally Normal Bowl. It is now that the Beefers defense earns its pay. Can they protect against the deep pass of the Hamilton Rollers to seal the deal and become Normal Bowl champions, or will the Rollers make things interesting? The Rollers chuck it. Camilo Pailoni at the Beefers 35 for a big pass. That was an incredibly weird bullet pass on the streak route, but the Rollers get it done, and just like that, they've teleported across the field. Forshaw once again in the shotgun at the Beefers 35. They're once again running all streaks. He throws it up for Booker Trayton Jr., and he's double covered. But pass interference on Destin Mystery brings the Rollers to the 1-yard line. Oh no! The Beefers have kept it clean all game long. One of their first, if not their first penalty, might have been a Normal Bowl costing one. Forshaw in the shotgun, looking for someone open. He's got a crosser. Interception! Leonard Kapowski catches the throw out of the sack. And that might be how the Rollers' season ends. Two timeouts remaining. Gary McMoney's on the toss play, gets a yard. Rollers use their 2nd of 3 timeouts. It is not over. If the Rollers make a big stop here, they might have time left for a big Hail Mary play. If the Beavers get so much as one first down, they win the normal bowl. Gary McMoney's tries cutting upfield, but he's slammed to the ground by Olatoya Jr. Rollers using their last timeout. If the Beavers get a first down, it is over for the Rollers. No timeouts remaining for Hamilton. Ash McEnroe looking for the throw to win the normal bowl 2 here in Hamilton. 3rd and 7 with 1:08 on the clock. Looking to throw. Rollers send off interception! Interception by the Rollers, 1:02 left on the clock. Carter Abenbrake makes the huge interception at the 31-yard line of the Beavers. And just like that, the Rollers have a heartbeat here in the most important game of the season. No timeouts. Jeff Forshaw behind center. Garrett Rinser in the backfield, 1:02. Looking for the throw. Throws it up for Booker Trayton Jr., who's double covered. And Charles Author might as well have gotten an interception there. It was right to his hands, but it bonks off, giving him a manicure. The clock paused with 56 seconds to go. The Rollers are going to throw haymakers here for the next 3 downs. Forshaw in the shotgun beside Garrett Rinser. Khalid Swimlane's on the move. Beavers adjusting their defense. High snap. Jeff reaches up for it. Looks for a throw. Tosses it to the end zone. And the Beavers are just double covering everybody downfield. They are making it hell for Jeff to find somebody open. The Rollers only have 2 downs. They will definitely go for it on 4th. They need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie the game up. Forshaw once again catches it. The Beavers send the house out. Go at the 10-yard line. The timer's counting down. Darius Peppershaker with the first down catch, bringing it to the Beavers 7-yard line. 20, 38, 37. Lots of time. They just need to punch it in. Jeff Forshaw going for the throw. The quick out to Miles Gundark at the 5. Everybody scrambling back afresh at the 2nd down and goal. 26 seconds remaining. Forshaw once again on the throw, gets it! Khalid Swimlane's overthrown ball, can't reach out for it. 20 seconds paused on the clock. This is the Normal Bowl, our championship game. The 2 best teams in the Totally Normal Football League locking horns. The Rollers need a touchdown here with 20 seconds remaining in the season. Forshaw looking for a pass, gets it up. Miles Gundark too far out of the end zone. And that'll bring up a 4th down for the Rollers. That's 2 throws in a row that have been placed out of bounds. Miles Gundark in a great place, but the Bulls reviewing the catch. This is not a challenge. All reviews inside of 2 minutes was Gundark's feet inbounds. Oh, no, that looks out of bounds to me. That looks out of bounds, folks. But of course, it's a video game. It could be random. It's all going to come down to if this gets overturned or not. The play's reverse, touchdown Rollers! They'll go for the 2-point conversion here. This is to tie the game and bring it to overtime. What will the Rollers do? They look like they're going to throw it. Jeff Forshaw looking for the throw. Gets it open. Touchdown! Conversion successful. We're going to overtime. Preston Brantmeyer cutting back in front of coverage. Barely is able to get his hands on the ball. 2-point conversion is successful. We're tied 27-all here in Hamilton. However, 16 seconds remaining. There is one player deep to return that has scored 2 kickoff return touchdowns in a singular game. That's not him, though. That's Todd Normal replacing... Oh, he gets slipped over at the 20. So Todd Normal relieving Justin Threadbare on that kick punt return. The Beavers getting the ball at the 21-yard line with 13 seconds remaining. Will they be bold and brash and go for broke here, or will they play for overtime, leaving it up to the coin flip of chance who comes out as Normal Bowl champion? Yes, they'll give it to Gary McMoney's. He'll get a yard out of it. And so the Beefers will let the timer count down and let the Fates decide who will get first possession in the Totally Normal Bowl overtime. All tied up 27-27. The Beefers were the only team this season to have a game go to overtime against the Shitbirds. And it was a Todd Normal pass, and the Rollers won the coin flip. They will get first possession. But when the Beefers won in overtime, that was the San Francisco Shitbirds getting first possession. They made a big stop, and it was Todd Normal that won them the game on the following possession. Gary Goodlord getting it past the... getting great field position at the 30. I was saying earlier, this is where the Beefers defense gets paid. Well, welcome to double overtime, folks. The Rollers made a miraculous review to get a touchdown called from Miles Gundark. They're going to hand it off to Garrett Rinser, and this run's going nowhere. Stopped for no gain by about half of the Beefers defensive backs. The ball is still placed on the 30. This is 2008 overtime rules, as harsh and unfair as they are, so even if the Rollers get a field goal, they win the Normal Bowl. Four-shot, over the middle, gets it! No, it's not loose! That was intended for Amon Pants Shorts on the option play. Running, or maybe not the option play, but running a post there for sure, but the tackle jars it loose, and just like that, it's third down Rollers, who are only 4 for 10 on third down so far this game. Four-shot in the shotgun. Rollers going for broke here. Looking for somebody open. The Beefers have pressure. And they get it to the tight end. Richard Dollar Store at the Beefers 45. The Beefers season just got dire. They need tackles for losses and they need sacks here, because Kyle Borger is more than capable of kicking 60-yarders to win games. It's a handoff to Darius Peppershaker, and that gets them even closer into field goal range. The Rollers at the Beefers' 42-yard line. The Rollers need... Yeah, Chris Queen is in as tight end. That tells you where they are in their depth order. Jeff Forshot going to throw, pump fake, and the Beefers get the sack they were looking for. Philip Sweetsmoke bringing Jeff Forshot to the ground at the Beefers 48. That will push them perhaps outside of field goal range. Third down Rollers. If the Rollers, they don't even have to get a first down here. Even a good run will be enough. A play action pass for Jeff Forshot. He's sacked past the 50! Billy Krashenstein pushes the Rollers past the 50 and out of field goal range. Dash Euler out to punt. The Beefers sent the house, and the Butcher Shop came up with a healthy amount of meat on that play. Dash Euler shanks the kick. And the Beefers are going to have pretty good, at least decent field position here on their return. The Beefers at the 34-yard line. Two incredible defensive plays pushed the Rollers out of field goal range. And now it is up to Ash McEnroe and this team to win the Normal Bowl. They're going to start with a... with a running play that gets stopped for half a yard. A Stanley Turf Munch on the counter run. And again, everyone's so tired on both of these teams. We're playing with reserves for the most part. Ash McEnroe, 2nd and 9 now. Play action pass over the middle. Trying to get it to Greg Trucker for a first down, but it's thrown a bit too early ahead of the window. That'll be third down for the Beefers. Ash McEnroe in the shotgun beside Stanley Turf Munch. Ash McEnroe throws it and incomplete! Todd Normal diving on the slant route. Again, though, I guess just everyone tired right now. All these what are called timing throws, it's all based on take 2 steps back and throw, and your receiver should be there to catch it. But just the timing is off, and Todd Normal was behind the ball there, and Trayvon Enterkey will have to punt. And a great punt by Trayvon Enterkey. That's going to be around the 20. It's going to be at the 21. A great punt there from the veteran kicker. 4 minutes and 24 seconds on the clock here in overtime. Any score wins it. Forshaw hands it off. Oh, Garrett Rinser gets stopped for no gain. Yet Philip Sweetsmoke has just been on fire these past couple of plays, really pushing back the Rollers' offense. Second and 10 for the Rollers at their 21. Rollers, they're going to hand it off to Garrett Rinser once again. He's only going to get a yard off that before being tackled by Norman Mealplan. Three minutes and 20 seconds remaining. Jeff Forshaw in the shotgun for this third down try. He's looking. Beefers send the pressure. Miles Gundark is open past the 45, and the Beefers have a roughing the passer call. So they will get the pass and an extra 15 yards. And Maurice Slacks appeared to have injured his hand on the play. The roughing the passer call that could cost the Beefers the Normal Bowl. And that will put the Rollers at the Beefers' 39-yard line. Now, the Beefers fought back from this position before. Can they do it again? With Garrett Rinser primed to run behind Corey Blanchard. No, it's a play action. Forshaw swings it up to Miles Gundark. Out of his hands! Out of his hands! But the big Miles Gundark had at least 2 smaller defenders around him. Reached up for the ball, but he bobbles it. The game-winning touchdown throw bounces out of his hands. Second down. And oh, it's a sack! Greg Schneider, who has that experience of playing in the Normal Bowl for the Janitors, makes a big sack there on the slow handoff. And the Rollers have been knocked back to the Beavers' 44-yard line. Third down for the Rollers. Forshaw in the shotgun. Richard Dollarstore on the move. High snap. He has to get rid of the quick turnover. It's an interception. It's Cody Sessler at the 20, at the 10. The Beavers just won the Normal Bowl off of a pick six. Jeff Forshaw's interception is his undoing. Beefers win! Cody Sessler! Drinks are on you, baby! Oh my god! And they are screaming and shouting at the Beefatorium right now. The Beefers were 1-4 after the first 5 weeks of the regular season. The only team they were able to beat by week 7 were the San Francisco Shitbirds, and they turned their season around to a 5-5-1 against the Seattle Stoats in the last week of the regular season to clinch the number 2 spot. They beat the Wyoming Janitors, the last over their division team, to make it to the Normal Bowl, and they earned this opportunity. And they fought tooth and nail against a Roller squad that did not give up 1 inch in that fourth quarter, bringing it to overtime. And man, that was possession after possession after possession. But again, Jeff Forshaw, who led the league in interceptions thrown over the course of the regular season, gets hoisted by his own petard on that one. Wow. Oh. And it's Cody Sessler, too. Cody Sessler is the backup safety, who is either relieving Charles Author or Omar Jeltz as needed. And this normal bowl came down to depth. I think I saw everyone on each player's 51-man teams take to the field on this one. Let's go to the individual statistics here. And yeah, both players did not have a great game. Jeff Forshaw throwing 4 interceptions, Ash McEnroe throwing 2. And yeah, both of them not having great completion ratings. Ash McEnroe, of course, his passer rating not helped out by the 0 touchdowns. Every touchdown for the Beavers this game were rushing touchdowns, exactly how we expected. Gary McMoney leads the room in rushing yards with 87 with 2 touchdowns. Justin Threadbare, 58 with 2 touchdowns. They ran the ball. Look at that. Between these two players, I'm counting 29 handoffs between these two guys. Probably more than the other team combined. It's absolutely crazy. Receiving leader is Booker Trayton Jr., 79 yards with 2 receptions. And yeah, only 1 touchdown. And Miles Gundark with that reviewed touchdown play. Oh my god. Absolutely a banger game. Yeah. The Rollers absolutely dominating in passing yards here. And Pepper Shaker for 53rd, 3 receptions for Darius Pepper Shaker. What? I don't understand that. That is amazing. Holy moly. Your defensive tackling leader was Reno Pearson. No doubt a lot of these tackling stats will be overinflated by the Rollers since they had to stop so many runs today. Tackle for loss, Greg Snyder with 2. He basically turned up in overtime to say, hey, I'm here. Your sack leader, Philip Sweetsmoke with 2 sacks, Billy Krashenstein with 1, Leonard Kapowski with 1, Brandon Lakestrong giving the Rollers only sack of the game. Wow. 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 Alright, we're not done yet, folks. So, what is left in Season 2 of the Totally Normal Football League? We end here with the Beefers reigning supreme, your Season 2 Normal Bowl champions. However, we still have one more fun stream ahead of us this Saturday at 7 p.m. It's the Best Boy Bowl, our equivalent of the Pro Bowl or All-Star Game. The best of the best from each division, the over here and the over there, will square up against one another, and we're doing some fun things this season with that. It's going to be custom plays only, devised by me in order to take advantage of whoever's made it to the Best Boy Bowl roster. It's going to be, you're going to see some really dumb formations. It's going to be a laugh, so tune in to that on Saturday. But who is playing in the Best Boy Bowl? Well, I have a big ol' frickin' text document here telling you who made the team. Also, for those of you wondering, the Offensive and Defensive Rookie of the Year awards, as well as the MVP and the Defensive Player of the Year awards, will be handed out after the Best Boy Bowl's conclusion on Saturday. So also stay tuned for that. So here are the players for the Over Here Division's Best Boy Bowl team. Your starting quarterback, Jeff Forshaw. Your backups, Doug Gongshow and Graham Howard. Your starting running backs is Booker Trayton Jr. is going to be running back number 1, and it's going to be Ace Ducey, Kelly Olijawola, and Garrett Rinser behind him. For your tight ends, Hamilton's August Half-Price leads the way, with Jason Grunge of the Hellcats and Meat Foreman of the Trash Pandas backing him up. Your 6 wide receivers going to the Normal Bowl. Jeremy B. of the Michigan Hellcats, Pete Moss of the Kingston Gators, Andy Codplayer of the Toronto Trash Pandas, Camilo Piloni of the Hamilton Rollers, Biff Plunger of the Kingston Gators, and bringing up the rear as the kick punt returner is Ben Sports of the Michigan Hellcats. Your fullback will be Kayleen Rando for the Kingston Gators, his second Best Boy Bowl as a fullback. Your offensive linesmen, your starters, the Trash Pandas' Erwin Dark and Logan Haller, the Kingston Gators' Mark Bussell and Paul McGormick, and the Hamilton Rollers' Robert Klungo. Your backups, Kingston's Jamad Gilbert, Toronto's Samuel Puncher and Gordon Maniburn, and the Hellcats' Gabriel Menace and Kevin Garbo. Your defensive tackles will be the Hellcats' DeMarcus Bacon and the Gators' Mark Maskinson. Your backups, the Hellcats' Marshall Rockenstone and Toronto's Cliff Chuckanut. Your defensive ends, your starter, Hamilton's Drew Badford, and the Hellcats' Toby Wrightyson. Good lord, I do not want to be the over-there quarterback. Your backups, Kingston's Matthew Hart Bishop and Michigan's Dante Landros. Your linebackers for the over here division. Your middle linebackers in order. The Toronto Trash Pandas' Stanley Steak Sauce makes his second Best Boy Bowl appearance. Followed by the Hamilton Rollers' Reno Pearson and the Hellcats' Scott Colonel Pop. For left outside linebacker, Hamilton's Braden Cringe and Kingston's Ronnie Smashmouth will be your left outside linebackers. And your righties will be Walter Kite Flyer of the Rollers and Ted McMajors of the Gators. Your cornerbacks will be the Toronto Trash Pandas' Michael Hotz, who makes his second Best Boy Bowl appearance, followed by the Hellcats' Jonathan Biggs Grande, the Gators' Tracy Charger, the Trash Pandas' Mel Poopsie, and the Gators' Lloyd Marshall. So an absolutely stacked cornerback roster there for the over here division. Your strong safeties will be Terry Shutcrunch of the Pandas, with Landon Chuffed Puff backing him up from Hamilton. Your free safeties will be the Gators' Calvin Magman and the Hellcats' Johnny Talladega. And your kicker will be Ben Cowjet from the Michigan Hellcats, with the punter being Oliver Spicy Brand of the Toronto Trash Pandas. So your over here division roster there for you to look forward to on Saturday. And they'll be up against the over there division, which goes as follows. Your starting quarterback for the over there team, Ash McEnroe of the Seattle Beefers, who has now a normal bowl under his belt. Backing him up will be the Seattle Stoats' Edgar Hoopswooper and the San Francisco Shitbirds' Nathan Pope. Your starting running backs will be the Beefers' Justin Threadbare, the Shitbirds' James Dingo, the Wyoming Janitors' Oscar Dudeman, who makes his second Best Boy Bowl appearance, and the Stoats' Brent Fuelstrong is running back number 4. Your tight ends, San Francisco Shitbirds tight end Pierre Dumoulin and Steve Mellenballer will be your TEs 1 and 2, with Nathan Gamer being tight end number 3. Your 5 wide receivers will be San Francisco Shitbirds wide receivers Kelsey Maato and Andy Overnight make both their second Best Boy Bowl appearances. Wide receiver number 3, Todd Normal of the Beefers, Craig Quaffit of the Janitors, and Ivan Mould of the Beefers brings up wide receiver number 5. Your offensive linesmen, your starters, will be the Shitbirds' Oliver Holmes, Adam Banks, and Ray Lazar III, as well as the Beefers' Joey Hands and Tanner Gorgadome. Your backups will be Stan Hiddums and Ty Game of the Wyoming Janitors, the Seattle Beefers' Justice Ankleton, and the Stoats' Tyler Clark and Joseph Cutman. For the defensive side, this defensive line for the over there division looks actually cracked. Your defensive tackles, your starters, will be the Wyoming Janitors' Alan Combo and the San Francisco Shitbirds' Evan Sackland. Your backups, Houston, Texas of the Shitbirds and Jamie Bunwalla of the Beefers. For defensive ends, you have Virgie Hamilton of the Stoats and Michael Tyre of the Janitors. Like, Alan Combo, Evan Sackland, Virgie Hamilton, Michael Tyre is your defensive line. Like, what the hell do you do about that? Your backup defensive ends, Damar Hott of the Stoats and Isaac Loafing of the Beefers. Your linebackers, your middle linebackers will be starting. It is the Beefers' Leonard Kapowski, followed by the Wyoming Janitors' Steve Rail and the Stoats' Aaron Bredwards. Your left outside linebackers, the Beefers' Danny Hairline and the Janitors' Jacob Tahoe Jr., and your right outside linebacker starting will be Kyle Simpleton of the Janitors and the and the Seattle Stoats'. This is spelled wrong. The San Francisco Shitbirds' Spencer Needlemouse will be backing up Kyle Simpleton. Your cornerbacks. Your cornerback number 1 is the Wyoming Janitors' Bobby Williamson, Destin Mystery from the Beefers, Dennis Creamy of the Stoats, and his partner Ben Zeitgeist, and your backup will be Chad Candy from the Shitbirds. your starting strong safeties. Starting from the Beavers, it's Charles Author with his backup Jacoby Wayne of the Stoats for free safeties. It's the biggest man in the backfield, Zach Racer of the Janitors, and backing him up will be Ryan Coulier of the Stoats. And your kicker will be Seattle Beavers kicker Joe Corkboard with punter Wyoming Janitors' Dan Popcap. So look forward to that this Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern. But until then, I've been TG, and we've had yet another insane Normal Bowl to close out a Season 2. I want to thank absolutely everybody who tuned into these twice-a-week streams every week to catch this amazing product I've made for all of you. Thank you doubly if you are a participant in the league, either a general manager with not enough time on your hands to keep shuffling around your roster and develop playbooks every week. Also, thank you to everyone who contributed a dumbass name into the name suggestion form on my Discord. Most of them didn't make it in, but almost all of the bangers did. And yeah, just again, I can't thank everyone enough for either participating, just watching, whether you're here live on Twitch or watching the VODs on YouTube. It means a lot on me. This is easily the most fun thing I've ever ran of anything I've done. And just seeing the support people go out and for this dumb thing I do with my friends, it means a lot to me. But enough blathering! You for the Best Boy Bowl to close out Season 2 of the Totally Normal Football League. Until then, I'm TG. Take care of yourselves, love each other, and please don't throw a pick six to lose the Normal Bowl.